bit nervous. It's fair here. Okay, blessed afternoon, brothers and sisters in Christ. God is good? All the time? Okay, then I'd like you to do a different version of that, for which our conflict coordinator shared with us a few months back when he visited us and we went to Melaka. So for those locals, you might want to learn a few Tagalog, just some words. So just to do a different version. So when I say God is good, you will reply as grabe. Okay? Because it's really too much, right? Grabe is a Tagalog word for like an exaggeration for over, right? And then when I say all the time, you say syempre. Okay? That's of course. Okay, so we did that during our Love More conference in Malacca last time, and it was also good to do, right? Felt good to do. So for the Malaysians, some few new Tagalog words that you may know. Okay, so again, God is good all the time. Okay, so that's it. So for today, I'll be talking about talk number 7, which is living a Christian family. Okay, so of course, before I proceed with my talk, since my talk is all about my family, so it's but proper that I also introduce my family. So by the way, my name is Renato Blanco, and as what Brother Jigs mentioned, you can simply call me Brother Rene. Okay, it's only my wife that calls me Renato, and that. When planes are flying, just kidding. It's a joke for married couple, right? That when they will call you by your full name whenever there's the things get escalated. Okay, sorry for the effect of the projector from the laptop. It looks better. So I just made a picture collage of my immediate family, but they're here personally to support me. Okay, so this is Sister Lani, you can call her Sister Lani, and our, so far, one and only child. In Tagalog or in Spanish, we call it Unico Hijo. That's why we named him Nico. So you can get it from the word Unico. Okay, I'm waiting for the Nika. Just kidding. I will call them Nico, come here. Just a quick introduction. Okay. So, as I said, I only have one child, but it's like taking care of 3. So don't be deceived. It's like I have 3 kids. He's so hyper and active and talks a lot. Okay, this is my wife. You might want to hear her voice. Just say.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Okay. You want to proceed with the talk? Okay. Okay, so that's my immediate family. In the coming weeks and months, especially when you are officially a member of the community, you will mingle with them, get along with them. Okay. I'm sure everyone was here last week in the previous talk. So just to relate the previous talk from my talk for today, because it's somewhat interrelated or interconnected. Let me get some props. Okay, who remember the topic? I mean, just the title, right? Talk number 5 is about. Anyone? Talk number 5. We have a special guest speaker from Melaka, Brother Mike, and he talked about you can just whisper. Okay, you can describe. You want to share it? Okay, I'll give you a clue. The key word that came to my mind was the vertical relationship. Who do we have vertical relationship with? God. So that's loving God. Okay? Loving God. Okay. Then another brother from Melaka, brother Alvin. I almost said Alden because he's also handsome as Alden. So Alvin talk about what's the other one? Who's beside you? Neighbor. Okay, so you love God, vertical relationship, you love neighbor. Okay, horizontal relationship. The neighbor doesn't necessarily mean literally our neighbors, can be our nearest neighbor, which is our spouse, but we can extend to that. Our nearest neighbor is our family. Okay, and the family being the basic unit of society, right? If it crumbles, okay, it affects the entire bigger community. So it all starts from a small group. Okay, you put them together. You will think of it as there's a cross. So to symbolize our faith, right, and our love for Jesus Christ and to the Lord. But it doesn't stick. That's where the family comes in. Okay, we will, yes, and it doesn't work if it's just one person doing the thing. Let's say the husband. Just for example, for a couple first, right? Because I have to cover both group. If it's only the husband that is tying the cross, it will stick, but it will be too loose. Okay, it's not tight. Okay? So you need another one. Okay? A partner. Okay? So then you wrap it up. Later I wrap it up. Okay. It's hard for me to do multitasking. And then, you go what I mean, right? It will be more stable. Right? It's more stable. But even if there's a husband and wife, you will think it's already entangled, right? It's still, there's a tendency that it's at a certain point of time it will loosen up a bit because there will be some challenges, right? It will loosen up. So the objective is not for this rope to keep it tightened, and we can only do that if we put God in the center of our relationship. Now for the singles, okay, you also can look up to your family, which is your parents and your siblings. Okay, you can start by if they're not that. If you are the first one to be a member of the community and they're not that active in their faith, and I'll be honest with you because I grew up like that. Okay, there's no regret, but I'm just telling that because of circumstances, my parents were not that active in terms of being in the community during that time. Okay? So without further ado, I'll continue. Later I'll tie it up. We'll put everything together. Okay, who's familiar with this TV series? Or actually, Modern Family? Have you heard of it? You haven't watched? Okay, there's a lot of TV series going around. It's not that I'm endorsing it, I'm just relating it to my talk. So, okay, please bear me, I have some notes, guys. Okay, what do you see here? It's a typical family. You know, this is how God designed the family. There's a father, a mother, and a child or some kids, siblings, right? The usual. And then, sorry for the effect of the projector. Then the grandparents are in the frame. These are the grandparents. So typical family, right? Just like the first one that I showed you. But they look better. They're more good. Okay, now as I proceed, I would say that this talk can be considered as one of the, I would say, controversial, but timely, very timely, in the sense that there's a lot of issues going on about family. I'm sure you have seen it in social media when you browse through your Facebook feed, okay, and watch the news, okay. So there are lots of challenges in the family, right? And then I said timely because just recently, Pope Francis visited the United States, right? I mean, I'm sure everyone has, one way or another, have seen it in their Facebook posts or watched it maybe in CNN or the news. And it's very timely that he did that because who among you have watched his celebration or talk in Philadelphia? It's actually available in YouTube. You can just look it up. And I watched it, and there's some presentation. Philadelphia, it was in Philadelphia that I watched the talk. But I'm sure he must have traveled in some other places in the United States. That was the venue because Philadelphia was city of brotherly love, right? So he emphasized there again the importance of family, okay, in the community. Now, the reason why I mentioned his Pope's visit to the United States because for some reasons, I'm not sure if it is related to the next picture. Must be a coincidence, must be by intent, but I'm just saying, what do you see in the second slide? Okay, I said it's sensitive or controversial because one way or another, we can relate to the different families. We are not here to judge them, okay? We are not here to, say negative things. But just saying that what is really God's plan for the family, okay? Remember, it's not me who's talking to you and delivering what I know, okay? It comes from the Lord. Comes from God, and we are just being used as an instrument to relay the message to evangelize, right? So whatever, it's not like I discuss thing that is within my field of expertise, for example, in my work, okay? So as I said, these are gay couple or same-sex marriage, something like that. But actually, there's nothing wrong with being gay, right? Because we have some friends or family members who are like that. So just because I showed this doesn't mean you need to follow, right? Just, okay, so but the actions are what cause people to sin. So when they decided to, get married. So that's why I said it's controversial because legally in the United States, it's already declared, right, as a law. Not yet in the Philippines, but I think in Malaysia, of course, not. Raising a family with a gay couple is also not according to God's plan. If you would think of it, rewind, way back, the early civilization, if that was allowed, maybe there's not much population nowadays. You know what? Because same, they are of the same sex. How can you procreate? Okay, and the objective was to go forward and multiply, and then so if that was allowed during that time, I think it will have an effect on our how we evolve, right? Maybe it's a different culture or something like that. Okay, as I said, as we go along, please come here and listen with an open mind and an open heart. Okay. Because I'm just saying that. Okay. By the way, in the TV series, they are related. The other gay is a sibling of the mother. Okay, they are related. It's a bigger family. This is the third family. This makes up the entire cast. Okay, the third couple, you will also relate with some of your friends or other even relatives maybe. even actually the three families, you can relate to their families and friends. They look normal, right? There's a husband, there's a wife, there's a child. But for those who have seen the TV series or familiar with it, there's something in there. The husband, sorry, I have a laser. Okay, this one is the father of this and this. And from the first family, means he was divorced already. The other lady, the Latina woman, you know her, Sofia Vergara. Maybe you've seen Smurfs too. She's the one. She's also a divorcee from another family. So you just imagine, these two couples are from two broken families and then they united also as a new couple. So family is like Facebook status, it's complicated. Okay? So, and then the child is from the previous family. Okay? So I'm just saying with you that even in TV series or real life, these are the scenarios. Okay? And I won't pinpoint anyone, but one way or another we can relate with it. I have some relatives or other friends who are either one of the three. One or two of the three, right? It happens. But just because it happens, doesn't mean it should be the allowed thing to happen, right? That's why we're here. We're here to help prevent, at least help things like this don't get escalated. Okay, so the family is an institution under attacks from many fronts. As I said earlier, there are lots of challenges. So even Pope visited the United States, which we all know is a non-Catholic country, it's a non-sectarian country. I mean, unlike in Europe, where most people there are Catholics, and in Asia, it's let's say the Philippines. In the United States, see that's why they don't have even Lenten season break. You know, guys, they're playing basketball during the Holy Friday and the FNBA. And then they don't have All Saints Day, but they celebrate Halloween, right? Okay, marriages are being broken, and the traditional definition of family is being challenged. There are a lot of things going on right now. What was not acceptable a few years or a few decades back is somewhat being acceptable nowadays. And it's getting scary, especially for our younger generation, our kids. When they grow up, we don't know anymore what will be acceptable in the community, right? In many countries, as I mentioned, divorce is already legal and abortion is already legal in some. Sad to hear, sad to hear, right? Sad to know that that's it. Although there are some exceptions, that's why they allow those things for medical or some other reasons. In some countries, same-sex marriages are legal and recognized. As I mentioned, they just recently celebrated it in the United States. Okay, what does this mean? Family is under attack. The devil is at work. He plants these seeds in our heart to make us forget God's plan. There's a deviation. There's an oppression. Okay? We are being lured to forget what was the real thing. Sometimes the trauma that we experience causes us to have limited beliefs, which in turn limits our choices in life. Past experiences. Right? Okay, I'm gonna be showbiz again for this talk. Okay, I'm sure you know those people here. They are Hollywood A-listers. I have to put their picture because they are celebrities and people recognize and look up to them. I mean, not really. Okay, and also since I'm not sure if in Malaysia it has reached your knowledge or attention. You must have heard of the hashtag ALDA. Okay, it's a popular It's a popular love team in the Philippines, but they're not here in the picture because they're not yet married couple. Okay, I'm just saying because the Hollywood actors and actresses, before the Aldab phenomenon, there was like Tomcat, Brangelina, and Bennifer. Actually, in the Philippines, they also like they do that like Katniel. Maybe you as couples, you use that like for my spouse and my child, I call them Lanico. Because that's my Lanico. Lani and Nico. When I post some pictures in Facebook, these are my Lanico, meaning my inspiration, my source of strength and joy. So you can be creative as couple. If you want to use that, okay, combo names, that's the in thing nowadays. Okay, figure it out. Okay, sad to hear because divorce is just normal in US. These people, they're no longer, they're already separated, right? Tomcat. And Tom Cruise used to be married with Nicole Kidman. See, that's how it is easy and fast for them to do that. Okay, Bennifer, just recently. And ironically, Ben Affleck used to be married to another Jennifer, which is Jennifer Lopez. Bennifer also. This one, they're the only one surviving because they just recently married. Brangelina. Unfortunately, they got married, but it's due to but it's a product of another broken family or broken relationship. Okay, he used to be married to Jennifer Aniston, and it's a very controversial one, right? So I won't go on and on. You can just read some entertainment magazines. I just use them as an example or as a to highlight something. For celebrities, it's easy. What more for normal couple, right? So that's why, because divorce is legal in US or in other countries, it's easy for them to shift from to end a relationship and move to another one. Okay, this is another controversial slides. I'm not sure if some of you hope not. Okay. Dive into this bandwagon a few months back when Facebook allowed the profile to be changed into a rainbow. Okay, I won't ask anymore of who among you changed their profile picture to rainbow, but as far as you know, other people are not aware of what it is. And they just follow the trend. Oh, it's nice. I changed it to rainbow. I thought it's just like changing it to a cartoon character. But there's an implication. Okay, I put an example as the Facebook owner, Mark Zuckerberg, because he's the one who sympathized with it. This was the time when they celebrated the same-sex marriage being put into law in the United States, because previously it was just some states, right? Some states, not all US. So you can get married in Las Vegas, but you cannot get married in other states, which is let's say a traditional or conservative state. And then the people affected are saying, love wins. So actually you're wondering why would it win, right? So they were celebrating that finally they allowed same-sex marriage. But actually in our culture and in God's plan, as I said, it's not the plan, right? So I hope nobody changed their profile pic during that time, or if they did, it's like something that I just did it, but I'm not aware what was it, or the implication. Okay, we want to face up to the attacks and to come out with our families intact and even stronger. Okay, that's why there's a couples for Christ to at least to alleviate, to help, okay, fight and for that cause. We need to prevent the breaking up of families to make our marriage more resilient. So if your marriage is still okay, but you have family members that you know or friends that you know are having some issues. It will also help that we contribute to that. We need to know God's purpose in marriage. When you got married, you said your vows. You know what's the purpose of getting married. It's not just to form a family, right? Of course, you love each other, and then eventually you want to form a family. You said your vows and everything. So, but there's a bigger plan. Okay, as I said, the basic unit of society we call family. It can be a Christian family, it may not be a Christian family, but family as it is. Right? Whatever your culture, your race, your religion. Okay? Okay, God has intended the family for the transmission of life. That's where the conflict with the previous issue comes in. The objective is transmission of life. Okay, procreate. So how can a same-sex marriage be able to do that, right?
So, kidding aside, so the Christian family. Did it ever come to a point in your lives that you probably asked or wished that your parents are not your parents? I've had that. So, yes. Let me just give you a view of my family. My family, they are active couples for Christ, but on the past years. So they are very active. And automatically, if they're couples for Christ, I'll be part of the community. I'll be part of the Kids for Christ, Youth for Christ. So I've had that. So Kids for Christ and Youth for Christ. And my parents, they're very, of course, they would love to have the best for all their children. So they push pressure. You have to be the top of the class. You have to perform well. You have to, if you are in a contest, you have to get the first place. So that's how it is. So, and I'm the eldest in the family. So I think that's one thing. So all the experimental things, I got that. So how am I during my Youth for Christ? I'm very, very active in the community. I like to serve. Every night I go home late because we are doing activities in the Youth for Christ. We go charities, we serve. So how am I in the family? My parents, if they're in the North chapter, I'll try to enter Youth for Christ in the other chapter. I don't want us to be in the same chapter. But we serve. And every Sunday, we go to Mass. We pray together as well. So, and my father, since I have that perspective of my parents, I learned my lesson the hard way, or probably the realization came later on only. So how was that? My father, it's despite of him being authoritarian, he'll talk to me every night. But since I have a close mind, I'm a teenager that time, trying to be a very mature, independent kid. So I won't listen to him. So it's like he'll explain why he's doing that. He'll explain, and then he will also tell me that we are very active in the community. We pray, but prayers are nothing, worships are nothing, services are nothing if you yourself at home doesn't have that. So, but I have my pride, I have my ego. I'm a teenager. I don't care. So then, after that, I'm so glad that I've had a very good opportunity to have that moment in Youth for Christ. Because we had this one event wherein, I forgot what retreat was that, but there's a reflection part, and then after that reflection, they'll surprise you with your parents being at your back, and they'll give you that opportunity to talk to them. So, so it's my first time to hear that happen. I've been living with them 24 hours a day, 7 days, and I keep on asking myself, why is it like it's easier for you to be good to your friends rather than to your sisters or your brothers? And why is it my parents seems like they're good only to other people but not to me? But all along, I'm blessed that night because that night, I closed my eyes but I opened my heart. So that's where I learned that we should stop seeing love through our eyes, but we have to understand it with our hearts. Because that's the time, or that moment, that night only, I managed to hear them talk to me. So from then, my life changed. Because from that time, I've seen that all along, it's not really pressure that they're putting to me. They're aiming for my best actually, because they love me, they want, and for me, I think it that they want me to be the first always, right? But when I listen, it's not like that. They want me to learn actually, and it's just a bonus if I'll win that or I'll gain that accomplishment. So that's the time only that my heart opened and my eyes closed. And why am I sharing this? Because all of us here, we will be part of a community, or if not even a community, we all go to church. How are we in our homes? So that's the realization that I got during my teenage years. And one of the conclusions and observations that I've had, my service in the community, I'm very, very active right for Christ. But after that night, it's like I learned to open my heart more. That's why my service is much more different. I feel much more lighter, much more free, and I feel that the support of my parents are there. So that's what I got when I finally heard the talk. That the family is like a small church, and we have to maintain that. And it's really a struggle we can love more, but it's very difficult to love those people that is near to us, which is our family, our brothers, our sisters, parents. But if we learn to understand that their love to our hearts and that they what we're seeing, I think it's much more easier to embrace them. And with that, may God be praised.